Hello, welcome to RVB Education. In this video lesson, we are going to solve problem on equilibrium of rigid bodies, cylinder or spheres in contact with surfaces. This is a problem statement given. To solve the problem, these are the prerequisite points. Just take a look at it. First, write down the given data, and this is the given data here for cylinder A and cylinder B. Now look at the contact points where reaction forces are developed. Point E provides horizontal wall reactions. Point D and point C provides inclined surface reactions. And point F gives a contact reaction along the line joining the centers of cylinders. Just look at the animation shows here. Now draw the free body diagram which shows the forces applied on cylinder. It includes its weight and the reactive forces from the surfaces. Remember, reaction between two cylinders should be represented along the line joining their centers. In order to determine the angle of mutual contact reaction between the two cylinders with respect to horizontal, we do it as follows. First, draw the line joining the centers of the two cylinders. This line represents the direction of the contact reaction forces acting on both cylinders. Next, from the centers of each cylinder, draw a line to the point of contact with the inclined plane. These lines are perpendicular to the inclined surface. Then, from the center of smaller cylinder, draw the line perpendicular to the radius of the larger cylinder. This forms a right triangle. Using trigonometry, calculate the internal angle alpha between the line of center and the inclined surface. This is the calculation. Alpha is equal to 19.47 degree. Next, depending upon the relative positions of the cylinders, the required angle is obtained by adding or subtracting the internal angle from the angle of surface inclination. In this case, the larger cylinder is below the smaller one. Hence, we subtract the internal angle from the angle of inclination and we get 20.53 degree. When a body is in contact with surface, the reactive forces acts perpendicular to the surface at a point of contact. In this case, the reactive forces at C and D are perpendicular to the inclined surface. To find the angle of reactive forces with respect to horizontal, first draw the horizontal reference line from the point C and D. Since the plane is inclined at 40 degree to the horizontal, then the reactive force makes an angle of 90 minus 40 is equal to 50 degree with the horizontal, and it is shown diagrammatically here. Now draw the simplified force vector diagram of the same forces by moving all forces vectors to a single origin point. It makes it easier to solve problem. Now select the cylinder with fewer forces acting on it as it will be easier to analyze. Here cylinder A subjected to 3 forces while cylinder B is subjected to 4. Therefore, we select the cylinder A. Now, using Lami's principle, we can solve for RC and RF. Let's do it step by step. To solve for RC, we do these calculations and get the answers. Then we solve for RF, do the calculation, we get the final answer here. Now, using the equilibrium conditions for cylinder P, only two equations of equilibrium are required because it consists of only concurrent force systems and does not include any distances. Hence, there is no need of moment equation. Now we have to solve it step by step. Just look at here. These are the summation of horizontal forces is equal to 0. Re minus the horizontal component of Rd minus the horizontal component of Rf. Both Rd and Rf components are in negative side of horizontal axis. By solving, we get this relation. Now use second equation of equilibrium conditions, that is summation of vertical forces equal to 0. And we have to write this equation here. Just look at here. We can write by referring this diagram, input the values, then we will get the value of Rd in Newton. Now back substitute this Rd value in this equation. Then we will get for Re value. Just look at here. After solving, we get the Re value. Okay, that's it. This is the final answers. Now take this problem for practice and drop the answers in the comment box. I hope this video lesson helped you to understand the concept. Subscribe to my channel for more lessons. Thank you.